Okay, so the album comes out. Dr. Dre and 50 were the executive producers. The guest appearances were crazy. 50 Cent, of course. Eminem.
Right.
Nate Dogg. Mary J. Blige. Faith Evans. Dre did the production. Kanye West did production. Scott Storch did production. Timberland did production. I mean, you basically got the best of the best from everyone involved. The song with Eminem. Oh, were you guys in the studio when that came together?
I went to 8 Mile and went to Detroit, and I stayed out there for about a week, and we did the song out there.
How was that experience?
Watching Eminem record and his whole recording process, that might have been one of the highlights of my career, because I don't know if you want to call it weird or legendary or some Einstein type of shit, evil genius type of shit, but M is a very, very complex and different individual, and in good ways. When he writes raps, he turns the paper around, he just writes in circles.
Oh, really?
And he turns it. And when he reads it, he turns it back the opposite way and starts to read it. When we were using, paper. I don't know his recording process these days. He also, back in those days, man, Eminem would just eat Taco Bell and drink Mountain Dew like it was like, I don't know, man. Like Snoop would smoke weed. But that process was dope. I'm forever grateful for being able to experience, prime Eminem in his essence in Detroit. That's one of the highlights of my career.
Well, the album comes out. It debuts at #1 on the Billboard 200.
Yeah.
#1. Not on the rap charts, not on the R&B charts, on the Billboard 200. The biggest selling album of that week.
All country
was
artists.
The Game.
Yeah. All pop, all rock.
All the rock stars, all the whoever the biggest pop person of the time.
Britney Spears, Christina
Aguilera, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys,
baby.
Beyonce, Jay-Z.
Yeah, that was
Game was #1. Now I know, I ask these questions of how does it feel, and you're like, well, I can't answer, but there has to be some sort of feeling of going #1 on the Billboard 200 with your debut album.
That right there is going to get you the answer you've been looking for. The way that I felt was on top of the world. I might have felt a little too on top of the world, because I got a little bit cocky at that point. And I think that's really when me and 50 really start to, our rift. Like, we really had this rift and everything that we were doing, because I was needed to do certain things for G Unit, but I wasn't in compliance because I was doing Game. I just had the #1 album, and I felt like I deserved the space to appreciate and to enjoy what was happening, the same as he did when he dropped Get Rich or Die Trying. You know what I'm saying? But my obligations to G Unit was sort of holding me back, whether it be interview-wise, verbally, musically, or just in life. And so we started to riff at that point. But to be #1, to add a #1 album in the world at that point, all genres, all music genres, was just, I don't know, man, life-changing for me. At that point, that's when it got real.